Freddie. Hello and welcome to Misscliks D&D Lost Mine. This is a show where I, your DM, Anna Prosper Robinson, try my hand at DMing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons for the first time. This is our 11th episode, so you're tuning in when hopefully I'm not such a noob, but still learning a ton. And we are playing the starter set adventure from 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons called Lost Mine of Phandelver. And you will see me referring to this adventure and teaching you how to use an adventure, thinking that probably if you're watching this, you are maybe learning to DM as well. And if not, you can at least get pleasure from being a better DM than I am and watching me flounder. So that is really fun. I am joined by these illustrious people, many of whom I have played with for years and years and years now. If you guys could briefly introduce yourselves and your characters, starting with Neil, please.
I am Neil Gallery Kobu Pass Erickson. I am playing Maverick, but everyone, his friends call him Renegade. He's Guy Claypool's twin brother, and they're nothing alike whatsoever. And I'm Neil. That's all you need to know about me. Jen, I tag you.
Hey, I'm Jen. Are we talking about ourselves or our characters?
Briefly introduce yourself and your character.
Yes. Well, I used to stream a lot. Now I just do D&D, and I work at Behavior on Death Garden. Register online because it's cool. And my character is Thordan Frostbeard, cleric, who is very much centered around finding his favorite cousin out of like 150 cousins. So he's kind of obsessed right now. Like, it's been so many episodes, and the poor guy. Don't even know if he's alive anymore.
Who do you tag?
I tag Trump.
Hey, I'm Trump. I stream mostly Hearthstone. Last weekend I played a epic 12-hour game called Mega Civilization, and I was victorious over the multiple civilizations out there. So, I'm a great gamer, which is why Lilo will also be of great help. He wants nothing else except to help out his friends, accomplish their goals. First, starting with getting that poor dwarf back. And V, a.k.a. Desdonia, tag.
I'm V Parlofoy, or V for short, and I play Desdonia, the elf wizard. All right. All right. And fair warning, this is my dog, Barristan, who is going through a bit of a phase right now. He's really upset about the move. So he's just been randomly bark yelling throughout today. So if you hear a bah out of nowhere, I apologize in advance. So let's get into the adventure. Our heroes, ? Were at Cragmaw Castle. They had found themselves there because they were looking for Thoradin's cousin. Do you remember Thoradin's cousin's name?
Thoradin's cousin.
Gundren Rockseeker, Thoradin's favorite cousin, who happens to be a main character of this adventure. The reason that he had found himself captured was that he knows the location of the Wave Echo Cave. It's a magical place full of riches and magic. Magical, full of magic. Yeah, go figure. Lots of people have been searching for this place, and no one has been able to find it, but rumor has it that he had a map. But unfortunately, these goblins waylaid him, captured him. He's now being held captive by King Grawl here in Cragmaw Castle at the bidding of someone called the Black Spider, who seems to be popping up all the time. Seems to be a nefarious dude.
Everywhere we go.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? How that keeps popping up. The party went to Cragmaw Castle. They went in a back door, but when I say that, you assume they were sneaky. They were not. They, in fact, now find themselves standing on top of a pile of dead goblins and hobgoblins in a main hall of a castle that is kind of falling down around them. It's the ruins of a beautiful old castle. And for the moment, things seem fairly quiet. What does the party do?
Ow. Ow. It hurts. Ow. Ow.
What's wrong with you?
Did you not just see me get stabbed by every goblin in this entire room?
Well,
Ow. Thoradin, do you have any healing?
Let me think. Do some introspection about my god and see where we stand.
Come on, man up. Renegade, I've taken much worse of a beating than you have.
yeah, and I've taken a spear to the neck.
So
I forgot about that.
Fine.
Are we doing all very much like horribly, or just Neil's character, Maverick?
Well, last time I was unconscious, and after a very long period of time, you finally used a cure on me.
But like, are we all like, is this the one time where I burn all my great things, or are we just gonna heal Maverick and move on?
Well, according to your tokens, let's make sure your tokens are right here in Roll20. Thoradin has 1 HP.
Oh,
Maverick has 12 HP. Desdonia has 0. And Lilo has 11, which doesn't
Let's
sound right across the
burn-
board.
This is horrible.
I don't know if you guys just messed up your HP on your tokens or if that's real, but that's what I'm
No,
saying.
I think I was probably at 1 HP.
Okay, I know 11 is right for me.
Well, you healed somebody for 11 hit points, Jen.
Yeah, I did
That's
heal
me.
someone. I have one
Okay.
spell, like, I think I kept count properly because I have like 1 level 1 spell burned and 1 level 2 spell burned.
Okay.
So it makes sense. So since we're in such a terrible state, I'm gonna burn a level 2 spell.
Or you know what? Let's say we probably need to get out of here and come back a little bit later.
No, but we don't need to come back. I can use my thing.
Use your thing.
I have that I have 17 HP. So did I die last time and not remember? I don't have that I have.
I don't think you did. That's why I'm curious how this happened.
Let's
I don't know.
see.
I've never-
V did a bunch of damage and then a perception check. So I think she killed the last creature and then was trying to see something. Which
I
makes
think maybe it's just a mistake on your HP.
I don't even know how. Oh, I don't. Maybe.
I don't remember if you took
Let's
any damage.
say I don't think you did take any damage.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember you taking any because you are the squishy wizard. So yeah, I would say go ahead and take full.
Okay.
So do we want to back off now, or should, like, I mean, I can just use my spell and then we can keep going a little bit and then take a rest later.
Ooh, what is this spell?
So it's really powerful. It just takes 10 minutes to cast, but it's okay. It's ready. So I'm gonna press it. Prayer of Healing. So what does it do? Up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range each regain 2d8 plus spellcasting modifier. This spell has no effects on undead or constructs. So basically everyone gets 10 HP.
They don't even have to split it. That's a powerful one.
Yeah, everyone gets 10 HP.
Alrighty.
Except I just rolled like shit, but it's okay.
That is a very powerful spell. Look at what we learned today.
Nice. Did anything happen to us in 10 minutes?
No. It's eerily quiet, in fact.
Great.
So like we're not full health, but we're okay-ish.
Are you just standing here in this hall with the like dead bodies of the goblins just kind of like shuffling your feet?
Yeah, I think we're staying there, and like as we're staying there, I think Thoradin is kind of being like, you know, ceremonial and going like, "Dear God of Justice, may you allow passage to these poor souls that were misguided, and may you also guide our well-guided souls to success as you heal us for 10 HP."
Right. During this chat, I go up to the boss-looking guy and I look through his stuff.
Let's see. You find in his pocket a broken teapot, in his other pocket a half-eaten cookie, and around his neck is tied a tooth, which you don't really know where it came from, but it looks like it might be a goblin tooth, which is super weird.
Okay,
Did you say-
I'll take the goblin tooth necklace.
Did you say a broken teapot?
Teacup.
Teacup.
Yeah.
Mildly less interesting. I will inspect this teacup, though. What can you describe to me its design?
It is white, and around the brim there are purple and gold designs, and you would almost say there's a face on it. You know, like the handle looks like a little nose.
This is important, I say, as I pick up the teacup. Where is it, like ruined, broken, or just like chipped?
No, just a cute little chip. It almost adds to it. You would say it's like a characterization of this.
Wow, Renegade.
Like, really
I didn't know
important
you
to
were a patron of the fine arts.
Well,
It's got like scallop designs around the top and like little gold scallops on the bottom.
I simply just hold the teacup up for him to look at, as if like, hello, look at this thing. I tuck it away very gingerly in my backpack for later. I'm gonna figure out what this teacup's all about.
All right. Have you guys decided to move deeper into the castle, or are you waiting here in this room?
I'm ready.
I guess we could keep going a little bit.
Yeah, since we're all healed, seems like we're ready. Dostonia, are your spells ready? Do you have enough?
Why don't we take a short rest so we can get our, everything. Let's take a short rest, like a 1 hour rest. How's that sound?
Sure.
We just took she just healed us all. Or he just healed us all. I don't think we need to.
I would love my action surge and second wind and my superiority dice back.
You should have mentioned that before you cast his spell.
Needed the healing anyway.
All right, let's do that.
How do you take your short rest? Describe it for me. What do you do?
I spend the entire time inspecting the teacup.
So you're just like sitting at the wall with your knees up and like just kind of balancing the teacup on your knees and just
No. So it's more of like
evaluating it?
sitting outside where there can be some sunlight and kind of going over it carefully, making sure that there's no like hidden symbology in it somewhere, and then like, oh, maybe it's like heat activated. No.
You see that on the bottom of it there's an inscription. There's
Ooh.
there's a strange set of writing that you can barely make out.
Does it say microwave, dishwasher, oven safe, made in China?
Roll me an insight check. Or no, it would be intelligence to read it, right?
Sure. I can make an intelligence check.
Yeah, you look at that, and other than this little like circle with what looks like a C inside it, you can't quite read the word. Yeah.
It's too blurred.
Yeah.
Does it look like it was made by humans or dwarves or elves? Can I distinguish the make of it?
It looks like some sort of strange material that you probably have never experienced in this world before. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can make some money off of this.
All right. You're sitting outside, you said? I want to know where you guys are sitting and what you're doing.
I will be sitting right here.
So you're just right outside the door on the little landing.
Mm-hmm.
What about the rest of you?
I'll be inside this room, leisurely looking through all these goblin corpses, seeing if they have anything interesting. Other than
I'll look as well.
And after they pass through, I look a little bit upset that they're like, going over corpses and looting them. So I'm gonna like ceremoniously like place them all one next to the other and like close their little eyes, put their little arms. And I'm like, even terrible creatures don't deserve this treatment. So that's what I'm doing for an hour.
Okay.
Placing bodies properly in a neat and orderly fashion. And yes, I'm placing them from the shortest to the tallest.
An hour isn't long enough to get my spells back, though, is it?
I think so as a wizard, no?
You have to have a long rest to get your spells back, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But we're all learning together, so let's...
I think you're getting one spell back or something. There's like a spell slot system thing.
I think I just have... I know I have my cantrips.
No, there's something else. arcane something. It's called arcane something.
Arcane Recovery, I believe is called.
Yes, it's that. So can I roll for my hit points I'm getting?
Yeah, if you want to spend your hit die to regain hit points, go ahead.
So
I'm
I still have
looking
it at 1, but I feel it should be at 3. We must have had rests. I just never put it up. Is that possible? We never used them, right? I'm sure it's at 3. So I'm gonna use.
V, do you have your player handbook? It's on page 114.
Hold on.
You can change your list of prepared spells when you finish a long rest. Preparing a new list of wizard spells requires time spent studying your spellbook and memorizing the incantations. But that doesn't necessarily answer our question about recharging.
Yeah, I thought it was a long rest for them.
You know what? I bet chat knows. I bet they're telling us.
Arcane. I'm gonna Google it. Recovery.
I have 2.
You get your half level back for arcane recovery.
There's something you gain back. I promise.
Okay, I guess I'm.
Yeah. Okay.
Uses D&D Beyond, which is a great resource.
Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level, and none of the slots can be 6th level or higher.
So I can only do like 1 level spell.
Yeah, you can only get 1 because you're level 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Wait, rounded up?
So you can either get a level 2 or 2 level.
Oh, rounded up. You're right.
Yeah.
So I can get level 2? Okay.
So you can get 2 level 1s or 1 level 2.
Okay.
So pick wisely. How does hit dice work? I just click it, but I need to pick how many I want to roll, right?
I think you do them one at a time. I think you just click on your your character sheet.
Oh, so 3. That's shit. I'm gonna do another one. 7. Well, you know what? I'm gonna use them all.
Okay.
Wow, and I'm still at full HP. I'm at 25 out of 27. Now I'm out.
All right. As you are finishing up this hour, roll me perception checks.
Oh, good job, Maverick. Good job.
It's all up to you, V. Save us.
Perception.
As everyone is just kind of like relaxing and seems to think that nothing bad will happen to them after killing all of these goblins in this castle. Dazonia, you're kind of just sitting there, you know, observing the room, and up in the corner, you see, like, up in the ceiling in the shadows, you think you see something moving.
I think I see something up in the corner there. Did you guys see that?
Not now, Desdonia. I'm looking at my teacup.
Being serious.
And as he says that,
Wrap everyone out now.
a Grick jumps down and attacks what's his face. Hold on. Roll 20 is too much for me. I gotta move. There we go. There's a Grick. It jumps down off of the ceiling, a worm-like creature that seems to blend in with the stonework of this place, and only
Rick, no.
all of a sudden you see it rear up with its 4 tentacles unfurling to reveal a hungry, snapping beak.
Ew.
Ew,
Yeah, it's
indeed.
pretty gross. And it takes a snapping bite at our friend Maverick. And
Maverick? Isn't Maverick on the exact opposite side of the entire hall?
Well, I just placed the token in the wrong place. It was above you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I told
was.
you, watch out.
Yeah. Where are you? Here, let's see. There you are.
We found that the opposite is
You called me a liar.
Yeah, so it makes an attack with its tentacles, actually, and it hits you. And it does 5 damage. Wait, nope, just kidding.
500.
What the heck? I don't understand how this character sheet is working. There we go. Okay. It actually rolls a 13. Does that hit you? I don't think so.
No, 18 AC.
Okay. That probably makes sense because it was trying to kind of snap out the door at you, like, reach out with its tentacle, and it just kind of missed you, but it's snapping. Yeah, so everyone roll me new initiative and do it after clicking on your token, please.
Yes. I'm starting to learn. I clicked already.
Yeah, me
The
too.
first time ever that I thought about it. Took me only 10 episodes.
All right. Now everyone except Desdonia is surprised. But the way that works is, does that mean that the Grick would get a turn like before everyone else?
Didn't it just get a turn before
Yeah,
everyone
it did.
else?
So now we just go into normal initiative, right?
If sure.
Well,
think
since
that's right.
Desdonia isn't surprised, would you like to give her a turn? Since it was just her and the
Or
Grick.
do I get a special bonus?
I think that I think it makes sense that Desdonia would get a turn before we start normal initiative. So Desdonia, would you like to do anything as you see this Grick try with its tentacles reaching out for Maverick?
I come out at it, not shooting Ray of Frost, my useless spell, but I grab at it and I use Shocking Grasp.
You walk all the way over to it?
Yes.
Okay. You get in melee range and you use Shocking Grasp on this tentacle waving beaked worm-like monstrosity. Move your token.
But
No,
you can
maybe I
actually
regret my decision.
move back a little bit, I think, afterwards without.
Okay, then I hit it and then I move back.
Let's see. I think you moved 25 feet, so you can move like
5 feet, I think. I don't know.
Is that how that works? I don't think you can just like
No?
disengage without provoking an attack of
You
opportunity.
can because of Shocking Grasp.
Yeah, so you would do Shocking Grasp, and then if you tried, yeah, you can't.
Okay.
So-
then I'm next.
Sorry. Yep. You find it really difficult with all of this flailing and like squirming around. You're like trying to get a hold, but you just can't quite grab any of the tentacles, and the Shocking Grasp just doesn't seem to do anything, unfortunately.
But man, if it was an attack of opportunity, I would have kicked his butt.
Thoradin, it's your turn. What do you do?
So she didn't get to go back? At
No.
all? Okay.
No, but I still
We
get
have to have
another
like a
turn,
disengage.
right? After
But-
everybody does.
Oh, it's because
Yeah.
it needs a disengage action, but I don't think you need one because you like the special thing of Shocking Grasp is that the person cannot have a reaction, so you don't need to disengage. You just need to walk away.
Oh, that's a part of the spell?
Yeah. It's
Let's
the
look
thing
it up.
about Shocking Grasp. It's why it's
Let's-
so good.
I did not know that. Baby DM is learning.
It's okay, it's my main spell. That's why my bat was so good. It's because once it hits, it cannot have an attack of opportunity against it. Just flies away going, caw, caw.
And it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. Well,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
you convinced me. So yeah, you can disengage. You can walk 5 feet away from it if you
It
want.
says on a hit. So
Oh, that's right.
You're right. She cannot
Wait,
walk off.
is it wearing armor of any kind, like metal?
No. It is a worm-like tentacled creature with a beak.
Okay. Well, you never know in case it had some metal on the top of it. Okay.
Good point.
This one is not. It could, but it is not.
good point about on the hit, though. That was a.
What do you do?
That's a real thing. So I don't think my plan works anymore. I wanted to throw food at it. It's like, feed the beast! But now it's like, there's so many people in the way. It's like, they already fed the beast with themselves. I think, let me see if my thing can be from afar. Bonus action, is it ranged? It doesn't specify it. Wait, 60 feet. Okay. It's coming. Wait, I'm working on it. All right, so, but I cannot double cast, right? You said that already. So I need to attack it from afar.
You have 30 seconds.
I cannot attack it from afar. It's not working. All right, I'll just cast a shit spell. I'll cast Sacred Flame. I'll cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. Cast me that flame.
13 save.
If it ties, it makes the save. That's how it goes, right? Or if the player...
You want to equal or beat the DC.
Because the monster is the one making the save, so therefore the tie goes to the monster.
Yes.
Okay, so you almost get it, but you see that the monster just kind of like impossibly contorts his worm-like body out of the way, and unfortunately the Sacred Flame does nothing. What a wormy creature. Lilo, it's your turn.
Is Desdonia standing on where the worm is?
She has stepped back, in fact, although she did not move her token. I will move it for her.
I could have moved in front of her. Crap.
I thought I wasn't allowed to move back because I didn't get.
Oh wait, no, you're right. But she's standing right here.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't do
melee.
it. That's why my plan was, fail.
Okay. Get off my friend! I yell as I plunge into the Grix
Mm-hmm.
with my short sword.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is cool because you see, like, all of these spells have been flying everywhere. The spellcasters are trying their best to do something about this flailing creature that it looks like that creature in Star Wars that rolls with all of them, just all over the place. But Lilo, this tiny little halfling, just bobs in and just with his short swords hits very well and true and does, what is this, 11 damage?
Plus sneak attack, 20.
What? Boy,
Okay.
you crazy.
I was using the fact that it dodged away from the flame and exposed its weak point.
Its tentacles go all rigid and it goes freaks out. I would say it also at that point would get really intimidated and it would try to flee, which would give Desdonia an attack of opportunity as well as Maverick. So not a very smart thing to do.
All right, that just means that either of my attack hits, then I'm good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just trying to run past you and you just get to take a swipe at it.
Okay.
I will take a 19 to hit.
That will do it. And that's going to be... is that both 5 and 12?
No, it's just the 5.
All right. And Desdonia, what about you?
I try again with the shocking grasp.
Poor Desdonia, just like, she's such an academic that, she's like, this should work. And she's just trying so hard. But
don't I have a 16?
No, you don't have advantage.
Wait, attack of opportunity. Wouldn't that be it? I'm confused.
No, attack of opportunity just means you get an extra turn out of initiative order.
Oh. Okay.
So
I just figured because I was supposed to go after Maverick again, so I get technically twice, don't I?
But not right now because it's not your turn.
Got it.
But either way, that wouldn't give you advantage.
Got it. No worries.
Is it also running away from me since I'm also next to it?
Oh, you are, aren't you? Yep. Go ahead.
All right, I'll take another swipe at it.
Oh, unfortunately, you were so on it that you were like standing there proud after you demolished it, and you're like, haha, and then it starts running away, and you're like, oh, hey, and you try to stab it, but you just can't quite. It's already gone. So you see it kind of just gurgle and scramble and drag its bloody self back through this door over here and scuttle away.
Through the closed door, like under it or something?
Like that way?
It finds some way. There's like a hole in the ceiling or something. I don't know, but it goes into that room.
Let's follow it.
I think it's Maverick's turn.
Yeah.
That's what he does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm going to dash. Can I open that door and go through it?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how far this guy actually can go, because I did not think you were going to follow.
2, 3,
What is
4,
his
5,
speed?
6, 7. 7 to get there.
Okay. Great. Okay. The monster came from here, and yep. Okay. Well, great. Let's check on the door, because I did say the monster came through a hole in the ceiling. So let's just double check. I think this door is probably just open. In the starter set adventures, what they do is they give you kind of a rundown of every place at the beginning of that part of the adventure, where they give you like ceilings, doors, floors, and they tell you about all of those features of the place. So you have to go back to the beginning to find out. Looks like this door is not barricaded, so it's just kind of open.
All right, I'll throw open the door.
And you will see that there are the Grick clinging to the ceiling, and if a Grick could cry, I guess it's crying. It's very upset.
Oh.
But you also see that there are 3 goblins lying in wait for you on the other side of the door. And they were ready to action to hit whatever came in the door.
Did they attack the Grick?
No. They knew the Grick was coming. They sent him out, it seems.
All right.
So, unfortunately, you've got 3 little scimitars pointed right at you. Actually, 2 scimitars and a short bow. So, one of them attacks with a 17, which I believe hits you.
No, it does not. 18 AC.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that one misses. Another goblin tries their luck and also misses. And the final goblin, they all go and all fail miserably.
That's very sad.
Alrighty. I think then I am going to expend my action surge to make an attack at the Grick with my longsword. 25. Natural 20.
You know, I was gonna say it might be hard to hit this guy because he's like kind of climbing onto the ceiling, but with a 25, you're actually practically a superhuman. So what does it look like?
Oh, I think it's just a single thrust up towards the ceiling, like impaling the thing as it crawls along the top. And then maybe a step back because there's a lot of goblins there, and maybe I don't want to be right in the doorway.
Can you disengage like that?
I cannot disengage, but all the goblins just use their reaction to have a ready to attack against me, so they have no reactions left.
That's true. Interesting. All right. Well, the Grick falls to the ground with a slimy splat.
Goblins! We've got goblins!
And now that means it is.
Goblins, what are you doing? Maverick, get back in there then.
The goblins all expended their reaction, but now that they're in initiative, they rolled very highly. So I think they would now have a turn.
Would they still go before me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Things have changed, Dazonia. Things have changed. So the first goblin, let's see, runs out at Maverick. Which one? He runs straight out the door with his scimitar. You killed his beautiful, beloved Grick, and he tries to stab you with his scimitar and again fails so badly that it actually just kind of like hits the floor, and he looks very confused. Another goblin tries to shoot out the door at you with his short bow and misses you as well. And the final goblin tries the same and finally hits you for 4 piercing damage. You're kind of standing there like, ha ha ha,
Ow.
oh, ow, oh.
Get him, Desdonia!
Right.
All right. Now it would be Thoradin's turn.
That's Donia's turn, I think.
Yeah, it would be my turn.
Yeah, Desdonia's turn.
Leave the one in the front for me, Desdonia.
All right, I go in there, and as soon as I do, I cast Scorching Ray.
All right.
I got to get one of them back. So I guess I come up here. As soon as I go in the doorway, I start shooting Scorching Ray. So I hit the first one. Woohoo! For 12 damage.
Whoa. Okay, so you're aiming for this one that's standing right outside the door here?
So nice.
Okay, that guy, he just becomes a blackened, toasted shape of a goblin. And he is gone from this world.
Yeah, I'm fired up, especially after missing my other spells. And I hit again.
Unfortunately, that one kind of like ricochets off the door frame. Just doesn't do anything.
And I shoot again at the third.
Ooh. Yikes, that one is also very powerful. And you see that the goblin who was kind of hiding behind that door frame looking out at you gets it right in the face.
How does Scorching Ray work? Holy hell.
3 bolts or 3 hits. 3 different rays. Level 2, man. Super strong.
Makes sense.
Okay. I think I have the turn order now figured out, but who knows? I think it's Thoradin's turn.
So if I move I guess I could even move, like, wait, why isn't it thinking? If I move here, can I hit this guy? Like, or do I need to
I'll say yes.
Do I need to go on the body of the other guy?
I'm gonna say that because it's close enough of a diagonal, you could reach around the door frame. I'll give it to you.
All right, so I'll go simple. I don't think we need any spell casting, so I'm just gonna hit him with my warhammer straight in the face.
Okay. The face that already got toasted by Desdonia. Let's find out.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Mhm.
It works. 11.
He ducks out of the way, and you don't manage to hit him.
Ah.
That means it is Lilo's turn.
Darn you,
Yeah.
red friends.
Hey, thanks for distracting it, Thoradin, as I plunge my swords into the front guy. Sword. And other sword. Ooh.
All right. The first swipe doesn't manage to hit, but the second one definitely does. And you're aiming at this goblin right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You slice him actually clean in half. You actually just completely slice that goblin in half.
Nice.
He's
All right.
going nowhere.
And I'll step off this side. All right, Maverick, you're up.
Thanks, buddy. I will just kind of put my shield out in front of me and charge straight in at this guy.
Wait, should we question one?
Too late! 18 to hit.
You run him through with your sword. He doesn't look happy, but he's still standing. And this one, you notice, this goblin, he seems to be wearing, they're filthy, but his raiments look a little bit different. He's wearing some sort of robe. It almost strikes you as some sort of religious wear.
Ooh, I'm going to start using the rest of my movement. I'm going to kind of circle strafe this guy. So I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to circle around to his other side. So that way he can't go anywhere. Or,
Okay.
you know.
Great. That brings us to Desdonia.
I also come in and
Barristan.
I just kind of get on the other side of this goblin, not letting him move.
Okay. And what do? You just stand there?
Yeah, I just stand there for now. I have my action ready.
What action are you holding?
If he... Actually, no, I'm just holding. Nothing. Just...
So you don't have a ready to action?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just on guard right now.
Okay. That means it is this goblin's turn, and he's looking at all of you like, blah, blah, blah. But he is going to desperately take a stab at Maverick because he sees Maverick as the biggest threat with his scimitar. And he does hit. He does 3 slashing damage to you, Maverick.
Oof. Ow. Monsters just love me.
Yep. You're the one in their face. Thornton, you're up next.
And I guess I'll just join in the fun. Going here. Well, actually, if I can go there, I'll go there. Because I'm being nice like that and not blocking the way. So I'm going to whammer it up again. This time, it will hit. Damn it.
That unfortunately did not hit. In fact, you almost hit Guy. Guy has to go, get out of the way.
Watch those hammer swings, Thornton! My knees are there!
Lilo, what do you think about all this? What do you do?
Can I make a non-lethal attack with the dagger, like with the butt of the dagger or something?
Yeah.
All right. If you want to subtract damage from this, that's fine. Since it's not
the way that I believe it works is you can make a non-lethal attack by rolling it normal, and we just know that like once you get them to 0, they just pass out. We're not trying to kill them.
Okay. So I'm using kind of the blunt side of the sword, which is like just trying to slap it.
Unfortunately, you're not used to using your weapons in a non-lethal way, and neither of those connect.
Okay.
You're like, how do not hurt? I don't.
It's not easy. Ah.
Yeah.
Can
Maverick,
I
your
still...
turn.
Oh.
Already? Okay.
You guys killed everything else in the turn order.
Oh, Thornton is standing on him? Is that what's going on?
I'm standing on.
No.
Where's the monster? Oh, yeah, okay, there
the
we go.
monster is dead. This is the goblin that's still alive. Everyone else is in a pile.
Thornton was over him for a moment and I got confused. I guess I'm just gonna keep following up with the longsword. Yes, it's fine. 18 to hit.
That'll do it. And with 9 slashing damage, this goblin, you stab him right in the tummy, and he just looks down at it, and he says something like, and then he falls to the ground dead. It seemed like it was something very profound, but you didn't understand it at all.
But I understand it because I understand goblin, or no?
Yes, if you listen carefully, it sounded like, "Why have you forsaken me?" as he died.
Oh, okay.
My goblin is freaking out. I'm sorry. He's laying on the floor barking. I don't know. All right. Again, things seem eerily quiet, and we're out of initiative.
We should have questioned him. Why did you kill him?
I'm sorry, Desdonia. When something is trying to stab me, I generally just try and stab back.
Could've
if you'd
just
like
knocked
me,
him out.
Yeah, Maverick. See, like this. And I swing the short sword.
It looks unconvincing. We're not sure that you actually know how to use a short sword for anything other than stabbing.
all right. I will try to knock out the next goblin we
Well,
see.
he had different robes. He looks like he might have been doing something else. It might have been important to talk to him. Now we'll never know, and we don't know what else is out there. So be careful when you're running through doors.
Yeah, I'll kind of slip a hand into the goblin's robe, see if it's holding anything.
It has. Let's see. You're talking about the one that looked like a leader, right?
Yeah.
That guy has a knife, and it looks human made and artistic. It looks kind of ritual, and there's kind of like an engraving inlay on the hilt. It's very pretty. It's very strange that a goblin would have something like this. But yeah, you find that on him. And you also notice that this room extends further back as you're kind of searching around.
I'll show Desdonia this engraved weapon. Do you know what this means, Desdonia?
I take a look over it. Would I know anything about it? Being a wizard or no?
Roll me a religion check.
Okay. Ooh. All right. What's there to know?
You look at this and you're very certain that this is some sort of ritual implement. It is a little strange that goblins have it, but from the way that he was kind of had it attached to him, you get the sense that he was some sort of, at least he thought of himself as some sort of religious leader that would have used this in some sort of ritual that has to do with his god. And you know that the god of the goblins is Maglubiet.
Maglubiet. And what do I know about Maglubiet? Anything?
Just that all goblins seem to worship him, but you don't know too much about that.
Okay.
Do I know anything about the McGloo?
You know what? Roll me a religion check.
16.
You know that he is a god of the goblins, same as Desdonia. You know that he kind of has the values of like war and leadership, which are just very goblin values, you know. And you've heard him referred to as the Battle Lord.
Okay.
But again, you haven't ever heard of goblins like having any kind of, you know, mass or church service or anything like that.
It's a little bit barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll look, it's a ritual dagger, so I'll look at this ritual-looking slab of stone.
As you venture further into the room, you see that this chamber occupies the northern tower of the castle in full, and a stone altar stands in the middle of the room covered with a blood-stained black cloth. Golden ritual implements, a chalice and a censer, are carefully arranged on top of the altar. And the two archways to the south, kind of where you're standing, they're covered with heavy curtains. So it seems like this was a very sacred place that you're kind of peering into that was held back from other people.
Hey, Thoradin, can I go in here?
Going where?
Through these curtains over here. Looks very fancy. I don't want to violate any religious things, you know?
Do I feel like it would violate the religious, like...
You feel like, actually, with your check, roll me an investigation check.
17.
Nice. As you look around, you can see that at one point, this whole hall, like both sides of it, might have been kind of a part of a chapel or a shrine at some time. And there's angelic figures sculpted along the room's upper reaches. And to the north, there's even more carvings of kind of like human gods that you recognize that would not be goblin gods. So you think that probably this was a holy place in this castle when it was constructed, and the goblins have kind of taken it over. And you notice that the altar is covered with like this cloth that's covered in bloodstains, but the gods that are engraved there are not ones that you would ritual sacrifice things to.
Yeah. So I guess I don't necessarily like consider the goblin gods as worthy to worship as the other gods. I think that
I feel like this place has already been defiled if it's going to be.
Well, I mean, let's just better be safe than sorry. Often things of the gods are marked by the essence of magic, I say as I start placing my detect magic ritual rocks along the side of the blinds?
Along the curtains?
Curtains, thank you. So I'm placing my little rocks, like...
And these are this is the way you do detect magic?
Somehow this time around, yes.
You don't seem to detect any magic here.
Well, that's what I thought. The goblins are not refined enough to even have some magical items that are sacred. So let's go along here. Carry on. I mean, they could hide behind this.
Okay, yeah, they could be behind here. I'll check for breathing, I guess, before just opening it up.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, as you kind of like listen and peer through, you don't hear anything. You kind of see up in a far corner a slimy place that looks like it may have been the nest for the Grick, but obviously that's not a problem anymore. It looks pretty safe to you.
Oh, hey, but I found the Grick's nest, I think. Give me a boost, Maverick.
I will make a table for him with my back.
Great. I'll step on Maverick and see if the nest has any shiny things in it.
How do you do that? Just
By
looking?
looking. Yep.
You find yourself staring into a gross, dirty clump of slime. With some dirt.
Anything glittery at all in there?
Unless you count slime as glittery or shiny, no.
Okay. Well, that was no good. Still perched on Maverick's back, I will take my advantaged height and slide open the curtain. See what's behind.
I was assuming you kind of peered through the curtain before, but that's where you see back there the altar with the chalice and the censer and the bloodstained cloth.
Oh, I thought it was this middle one. It's that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you want to find out what's under this cloth?
It's kind of like a tablecloth, like the altar. You can see kind of on the sides of it where the cloth isn't covering that there's the engravings of these gods. And then the blood stains, it looks like what happens is something is put on there and something is done to it that causes blood to be all over it. And then there's this
no
chalice.
Body on it now.
No.
Okay. I guess I'll look at the golden objects here and see if they're valuable.
You want to see if you think they're valuable?
Yep.
What is the skill for valuation of something? Is it intelligence?
I think it's up to the DM. I think if well, I don't want to influence on how you would do it, but I can tell you how I would do it.
Sure. This is all about learning. How would you do it?
So I think if anyone could reasonably decide to have merchant type or knowledge about just material worth, like a rogue, that they should just get it. It's common enough.
Okay.
Like, gold or gems or whatever. Ballpark.
I think you look at these and you know that they would have pretty significant value on the open market. You think that both the censer and the chalice would be at least above 100 gold.
Great. Well, I think the goblins probably stole this from the previous owner, so I don't feel bad about taking these.
Well, we should probably just return them to their rightful owners, the church.
Seems like the people who own this church are long gone.
Well, I mean, I'm sure another church can make use of it. And you know what's the best way to repay someone? In prayers.
As we contemplate that, let's take our first break for the evening. We'll be back in just a couple minutes, so go grab a snack or a drink, and then come back and see us because we will finish today's episode in just a few moments of Misscliks D&D Lost Mine. See you in a sec.